love is the highest vibration in the universe. God is love. Achieve this state and you're taking a substantial step towards ascension. Today's service is all about love. This is the last service before Valentine's Day, but we're really not here to talk about romantic love. It's the love of your fellow man. So the first question is, what is love? And this is an especially appropriate topic for me as I've struggled to know what it is in my own life. Growing up, my father never hugged me and was never around. To him, earning money and working was so much more important than anything else. This resulted in me being a person who had difficulty expressing love, and I especially had problems receiving love from other people. So looking at the dictionary definition of love, it's one definition from Webster is it's an unselfish, loyal, and benevolent concern for the good of another. So that's nice and it's a good start, but I think there's a lot missing from that definition. When I was in college and had my first girlfriend, she said she loved me and asked if I loved her back. And I was a little embarrassed to say that I didn't know what love was. So if I didn't know what it was, then how could I answer her question? But this was upsetting to me. I was wondering what this thing is and how can it help people. And there wasn't an internet back then, so I looked in some books and dictionaries and things, and the best that I could come up with was that when you love somebody, you feel good when you're around them. And it was sort of about the feeling inside of you. And, I thought about that, and that was a pretty selfish definition. It's not about giving and giving stuff or helping other people, but it's about what it is inside of me. So that wasn't very satisfactory to me. So in thinking more, I think it's really related to an unconditional giving. So the reading by Natalia, thank you so much, Natalia, about Albrecht Dürer. That is an example of unconditional giving and sacrifice, where there was no way that both brothers could go to school. There was just no money to pay for it with 18 children. So the brothers came up with an idea. One would work while the other would go to school, and then they would flip. But by the working brother being in the mines and his hands getting broken, his fingers broken, and arthritis, where he could no longer create art in the conventional sense of the word, that was an extreme sacrifice. It wasn't just about supporting his brother. He gave everything that he wanted in life to make his brother success. Love manifested itself in just giving everything that he had. So that, to me, is such a strong example of love. Now, I've never referred to the Bible in any of the services here, but the Bible is a book of stories just like anything else. And John 15:13 says, "There is no greater love than to lay down one's life for one's friends." So that's the extreme sacrifice. And so it's, as we go on, the theme is going to be really giving unconditionally to your fellow man. Zoli talked about, she had 3 stories. The first story was about honoring your grandmother. And so the friend had never met the grandmother and didn't know much about her, but she went to the funeral service of the grandmother in order to support her friend. So that was a demonstration of love of her friend. The second story is of the homeless man who had nothing to give to his friend for his birthday. But he got one meal a day, a sandwich, and he gave that meal to his friend. Another big sacrifice, giving everything he had. Third, the limping dog. There was 2 dogs. One walked with a limp. And, give me some creative spirit here. The dog limped in order to make his friend not feel different. And so you're helping your friend out in any way you want. So love is really unconditional giving and helping to others. But in researching this topic, I stumbled across conditional love. And that's really a weird topic to me. And what it is it's giving love provided you receive something in return. And to me, that's almost the opposite of love. I'll only love you if you do something for me. And there are some books that say, yes, there is truly this conditional love. You can talk about it, and it just doesn't resonate with me. I don't find it helpful or strong, so it's not relevant. But in further thinking about it, I realized that love is also energy and an energetic state. It's more than just doing something. It's a vibration. You could walk into a room and sometimes it just feels like love. When you can walk up to somebody, and if somebody gives you a great, genuine hug, you could feel that transfer of love. I'm going to send you guys all love right now. And the energy-sensitive people and the not-so-energetic people can probably feel that love coming to you. So it's not that you have to do something for somebody. It's actually a vibrational state that we can get in. So everybody can send love. Why don't you try sending love to each other right now? And the room feels really nice. Thank you. It works. It's something that's real. So what are the benefits of love? Why is this something that we care about? Well, as we just felt, it really feels good. That's the most obvious benefit. Of course, when you're in love with a romantic partner, that's really nice. Your heart flutters. You can't wait to spend time with them. It makes other people feel good. When you help somebody out of love, they forget their problems, or their problems seem smaller. When somebody's down or depressed and you show them your love, it could snap them out of it and pick them right up. It allows you to put away your worries and fears and sorrows. When you have love, all your problems become smaller. A couple of years ago, I walked into a Potbelly sandwich shop, and it was a crazy, hectic environment at lunch, and there's one guy taking orders and a big line, and the guy, the early 20s person was there and said, "Can I help you?" And I said, "How are you doing today? Are you okay?" And the guy broke down crying. He said, "I have been working here and having the worst week, and you're the first person that showed any caring or compassion to me." And he said, "You have just changed my whole week and have given me something to look forward to." And it was just dumbfounding. And meanwhile, there's this long line of people, and he and I didn't care the least bit that they had to wait an extra couple minutes for their sandwich. It was an amazing experience as to how I touched him. So now when I'm in the grocery checkout or there's a waitress, I show an interest in them, a genuine interest from my heart. Now my daughters they sometimes say, "Dad, you're getting a little bit creepy, you know. The next thing coming out of your mouth is, are you free after work for a date tonight?" But that's not the intention. It's just to show caring and love. Another benefit of love is that love heals. Love is so amazing. My primary spiritual focus is on healing and removal of energies and changing energy. And I'm pretty in control of energy, and I think I could do a lot with it. But when I try to force something and I forget and use energetic force, it's a battle. But when I think that I'm operating out of a position of love and want to do healing in that way, it's 10 times easier. It just, everything comes together and flows. So the universe acknowledges the importance of love, and it really helps things work out better. So with that, work smarter, not harder, not forcefully. So how to achieve love? The biggest problem that I've seen is the ego. And the ego gets in the way, and the ego makes you think that you have to do something or you have to be better than somebody else. You lose sight of the beauty around you. You think there's some fight to stay ahead, to get more customers or clients. You're worrying and scheming, and all that's going to do is bring you down. It's so much better to come from a place of love. Before my spiritual awakening about 3 years ago, in my job as a patent attorney, all I cared about was the end result, giving the client a great work product in a timely manner. And I was not the most pleasant to work with all the time because we had the deadline. We had to get things to be done on time and in proper quality. But the people who I'm working with are human. They have families. They have their own trials and tribulations. And now, when something's not going right or we're not going to make a deadline, instead of asking why the work wasn't done, I ask them, how is your life going? What's happening? And that human compassion, that love, totally changes everything. And it shows the people I'm working with that it's a much happier, healthier environment. How to achieve love. Self-love. This is one of the most difficult things that we as humans sometimes struggle with. We all have faults and fears and weaknesses and things that we don't like about ourselves. Why don't people like me? Why isn't my body better? Why don't I have any hair? And so on and so forth. And, these are things that we may internally be worried about, but other people don't care about them as much as we do. When I do a healing session, it sometimes comes up that I could sense that the person doesn't have self-love. They don't like who they are, and that brings their whole life down to another lower level if they don't like what's happening or like themselves. So I work with them to develop self-love, and we as people, we're all awesome. So what I do is have them write on a sheet of paper during the healing session, John or Mary is awesome, and underline awesome. And then I work with them to write down their really good traits. They're generous people. They're loving people. They're loyal. They help out others, and so on. And then I have them look at that list that they created. And I said, if you were to meet somebody on the street with those features, wouldn't you think they're okay? Wouldn't you like to hang out with them? They're like, yeah, those are some pretty good things. I said, that's you. That's you. love yourself, appreciate who you are, and that takes their vibration to a whole nother level. So, in conclusion, the state of love is achieved by being selfless, helping others, dropping your ego, and loving yourself. Love is an amazing energy and emotion. We can easily send it, and by doing so, both the receiver and the sender feel awesome. Don't be afraid of loving other persons. Don't embrace everybody around you, and you'll make yourself and the world a better place. Thank you.